Hello, I'm Mike.
And I'm Nikki Sue.
And we're privileged to be joint vicars at St Mary's. Looking at our discipleship as a key part of our long-term church growth strategy, and we decided to do a discipleship course as one of our 150th anniversary celebration initiatives this year.
Bob had come across the Making Disciples course, and we decided it was a good one to do, having had a look at it, and wanted to open it up to the other Western Wards churches as part of our growing collaboration.
So here's Bob to talk about the course with the author himself, Chris. We're really excited about the course and we hope you will join us as we do it together.
Hi, my name's Bob and I worship at St Mary's Worsley. You may already be aware that we're running a course in September called Making Disciples. This is the course booklet. And we're very lucky today to be able to catch up with the author, the Reverend Chris Rogers. A warm welcome to you, Chris, to give us a flavour of the course and what we might expect. So, Chris, thanks for taking the time out to join us today.
Absolute pleasure. I'm really pleased that you are going to be able to run the Making Disciples. And the course is an interesting word, isn't it? Because you can't really learn discipleship on a course. We become apprentices of Jesus, and it's a lifelong journey. But sometimes we need a little moment in time where we focus on something afresh and say, hang on, can I come back to something? And we actually wrote Making Disciples about 7 years ago now in our church as a moment to be able to just come back and say, hang on, are there things that we've missed, forgotten, misunderstood, could learn again around what it means to be an apprentice of Jesus. And we found it such a blessing as a church as we rethought about what does it mean to follow him. So I'm super pleased that you are going to be able to use it this autumn.
Thank you. That sounds fantastic. Who would you say what the course is for and what do you think we might get out of it?
Yeah, great question, isn't it? Who is this for? Well, I would simply say this. The course is for anyone that is a follower or a disciple of Jesus, either at the beginning of that journey where you're tentatively taking steps into faith, or you've been around so long, you've just been living and breathing it for decades upon decades. It's for all of us, because discipleship is a lifelong journey of shaping or being changed to look into more like the likeness of Jesus Christ. That's discipleship, isn't it? And doing the stuff that Jesus did. So all of us, no matter if we're new to faith or been around for years, we've all got something to learn. There's always something in us that needs to be shaped more into the likeness of Jesus. Therefore, anybody can learn something on the course. And one of my favorite things on the course is we talk about discipleship being around your head, your heart and your hands. And many of us, if we've been a disciple for years upon years upon years, we might become a little bit stagnant in one of those areas. We might know a lot and we might do a lot, but with it, does it really change us? Does it change the way that I think and I behave towards mission or the world around me? So it challenges us from being stale, whilst at the same time, at the other end, if you're a new follower of Jesus or you've only been a follower of Jesus for the last few years, it starts to give you some building blocks around having your mind shaped to think in the way that Christ thinks, a heart that's broken for the same kind of things that breaks God's heart. And then how do we activate this? How do we actually do the stuff with our hands? So actually Making Disciples is for all of us. If you're breathing, then it's for you.
Thank you for that. That sounds like it's going to have great and wide appeal, and it's going to be an exciting course for us to do. Would there be one golden nugget or favourite bit of the course that you might want to share with us this morning?
To be honest, my favourite piece of the whole Making Disciples jigsaw is right at the very beginning. It starts with something that we call the discipleship assessment tool. And the reason why we created this was we had a number of people in our church who've been a follower of Jesus for a long while, but they hadn't quite thought through yet what that impact meant in their life. To believe in Jesus is one thing, but to live like Christ is different. And right at the beginning of the course is an assessment tool. It's simply 20 very basic questions that you get to answer on a little sliding scale. And, we're not interested in any right or wrong answer. It's just, this is the reality of how I'm doing with my faith and how Jesus is impacting my life. And what that assessment tool really does for us is just give us a snapshot in what areas of our faith we might want to invest next. Because it's not about winning or losing. It's not about doing well in the test. It's just about the reality of, this is how Jesus is changing my life and how I'm responding to him. What's the next area for me to grow and flourish as a disciple? And when I first did the assessment tool 6 years ago now, there's a particular area I was really struck. I gave a really low answer in. It was around creation care. And it really challenged me to think, right, what am I going to do to change that? How am I going to change how I engage as a disciple of Jesus in caring for what God has made for me to care for? And it really struck me, I need to do something about that. So for me, the most beautiful piece of making disciples is being able to look at myself in light of what God is wanting to do in my life, and then actually make some changes along the way. So over the course, you get to assess and make changes in each area of your life. So for me, that's one of the most fun pieces of the whole thing. It's just so practical.
Thanks very much for that, Craig. Thanks very much for that, Chris. I'm really excited about that, what you shared with us today. I don't know about you folks, hopefully it's piqued your interest as well. And you'll be able to join the course in person on a Wednesday lunchtime or via Zoom on a Thursday evening for 8 weeks from the end of September. And for more details, and to sign up, you'll be able to visit a link below or call our church office. So thanks, Chris, for joining us today. And we look forward to growing together as disciples of Jesus Christ through your book. Goodbye.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.